let's get right into it. Number 9. Cookie consent fatigue. Websites hit you with cookie pop-ups that look like they were written by a lawyer having a very complicated day. It's not bad design. It's genius-level evil. These pop-ups are deliberately made to be as confusing as possible. They're betting that you'll get so annoyed trying to figure out what legitimate interest processing means that you'll just slam that accept all button. And it works. About 89% of people just click accept without reading anything. It's like a street performer shuffling cups while talking fast. By the time you realize what happened, they already have your attention and your consent. These websites use dark patterns, sneaky design tricks that hide the reject all button behind more clicks than it takes to order pizza. Meanwhile, the accept all button is right there, big and blue, practically begging you to click it. They'll give you a pop-up with more toggles than a DJ's soundboard. By accepting our essential functionality cookies, you consent to our legitimate interest in processing your data for enhanced user experience optimization. Translation: we're going to track what you do online and use it. So next time you see one of these pop-ups, remember they're not just annoying, they're strategically annoying. Number 8. Pre-checked defaults. Websites are like that friend who always assumes you're coming to their party. They're sitting there with boxes already checked like, yes, I'd love to get 47 emails a day about cat food deals. These companies know we're all basically lazy pandas. Who has the energy to uncheck all those boxes? That's way too much work when there's streaming to watch. About 95% of people never change these default settings. When you're installing new software, there's that sneaky checkbox that says, yes, please install this totally unnecessary toolbar that will make my computer run slower than a snail in molasses. And somehow it's always pre-checked. These companies are playing psychological chess while we're playing checkers. They know we're more likely to stick with whatever's already selected than make a change. It's like ordering pizza online, and they've already checked the extra cheese option. Sure, you could uncheck it, but deep down, you know you want that extra cheese. These pre-checked boxes can sign you up for subscriptions, share your data, or add items to your cart faster than you can say, wait, what did I just agree to? Number 7. Supermarket mind games. Milk and bread are always hiding at the back of the store. And that's not an accident. It's psychological warfare against your wallet. You walk in needing just 3 items, but suddenly you're faced with a maze worthy of a lab rat. First, they hit you with fresh produce right at the entrance. Those bright colors and farm-fresh vibes aren't just pretty to look at. They're priming your brain to feel good and spend more. To get to those essential items you actually came for, you have to walk past aisle after aisle of tempting treats. Supermarkets are designed without windows or clocks. They want you to lose track of time. The longer you wander, the more likely you are to grab things you don't need. By the time you reach the milk at the back, your brain is as tired as someone who just finished binge-watching an entire series. That's when they get you. Your tired brain starts making decisions like it's 2 a.m. at a drive-thru. They put the most profitable items right at eye level. The end caps of aisles, pure profit zones. Studies show this setup can boost unplanned purchases by up to 40%. Next time you're just getting milk, remember you're walking into a carefully designed behavior modification machine. Number 6. Checkout candy targeting. Stores know exactly what they're doing when they put those tempting treats at the checkout counter. Shopping is like running a mental marathon. By the time you reach the checkout, your brain is exhausted from making hundreds of tiny decisions. Scientists found that willpower works like a muscle. It gets tired after too much use. And that's when stores strike with their sneaky candy placement. They know your brain is too tired to resist that shiny chocolate bar staring at you. The data confirms this sneaky tactic really boosts those impulse buys by about 30%. You never plan to buy that candy bar when you walk into the store, but there it is. Right when your mental defenses are at their lowest, the bright colors, the small price tag, the promise of instant satisfaction. It's all designed to bypass your rational thinking. They specifically choose single-serving sizes because it feels like such a small decision. What's one tiny candy bar, right? But multiply that by thousands of customers every day, and you start to see why stores love this trick. Number 5. Confusing calorie counts. Food companies are playing mind games with our stomachs using some pretty sneaky math. Take that pint of ice cream you've been eyeing. The label says 250 calories per serving, making you feel less guilty about your midnight snack. But that serving size? It's about as realistic as some promises. They're saying a serving is just 3 tiny spoonfuls, when we all know you're going to demolish half the container while binge-watching your favorite show. And chips are even worse. The bag says 150 calories per serving. but they've divided that family-size bag into enough servings to feed a small village. It's like they expect you to count out exactly 13 chips and then seal the bag with industrial-strength tape. Some companies even use weird fractions for serving sizes, like 2.5 servings per container. The result? You think you're having a light snack, but you've actually consumed enough calories to fuel a marathon. These companies aren't technically lying. They're just hoping you're bad at math. And let's be honest, after a long day, who wants to solve equations just to figure out how many calories are in their comfort food? Number 4. Uncomfortable eatery seats. Fast food chairs feel like they were designed by someone who really hates sitting, and they actually were. These places deliberately pick seats that make you feel like you're sitting on a geometry homework assignment. It's all part of their master plan to get you to eat and leave faster. These chairs are often called 15-minute chairs in the industry, not because it takes 15 minutes to build them, but because that's exactly how long they want you to stay. These chairs are the furniture equivalent of your mom saying, "Don't make me come in there." The whole setup is like a silent butler politely saying, "Sir, perhaps it's time to wrap up that burger?" Everything from the bright colors to the fast-paced music is designed to keep you moving. They've created an entire ecosystem of mild discomfort. So next time you're wondering why your local burger joint feels more like a speed-eating competition venue, remember those chairs aren't uncomfortable because they couldn't afford better ones. They're uncomfortable because someone in a fancy office decided you shouldn't get too comfortable. Number 3. Fast food color science. Every fast food joint looks like they hired the same interior decorator with a weird obsession for red and yellow. It's not a coincidence. These places are playing mind games with your brain. Red is like that friend who always gets you hyped up. When you see red, your heart rate actually speeds up, and your metabolism kicks into high gear. It's like your body saying, "Feed me now," even if you just ate an hour ago. Yellow is the smooth talker of colors. It's basically the color equivalent of a warm hug, making you feel all cozy and welcome. Together, these colors are the ultimate wingman duo for your hunger. Red gets you excited and ready to eat, while yellow says, "Come on in, make yourself at home." Our ancient ancestors were programmed to notice bright reds and yellows because they signaled ripe fruit. So when you're driving down the highway and suddenly feel an urge to pull into that drive-thru, blame your caveman brain. It's still running on that old software that says bright colors equal good food. These restaurant chains have basically hacked your prehistoric programming. They're using your own evolution against you to make you crave their food. Number 2. Retail music manipulation. Ever notice how time seems to slow down in some stores? You walk in planning to grab one thing, but suddenly you're exploring every aisle like you're Christopher Columbus. Shops are essentially messing with your head through carefully chosen tunes. They're basically DJing your wallet. When they want you to spend more, they hit you with slow, chill beats. It's like they're saying, "Take your time, maybe buy that $50 candle you definitely don't need." And you better believe this tactic is effective when stores play slower music. During busy times, they switch to fast music to get people moving. It's their polite way of saying, "Buy your stuff and get out." You're basically dancing to their tune without even knowing it. Slow song? You're browsing like you've got all day. Fast song? You're speed running through the aisles like it's a Mario Kart track. Most people have no idea this is happening. They think they're just vibing to background music, while the store is conducting their wallet like an orchestra. Number 1. Car sound illusions. Car companies have teams of engineers whose whole job is making doors sound expensive. They're like audio makeup artists for cars. They add special materials and tweaks to make that cheap metal door sound like it was carved from a single block of titanium. Think about it. You walk into a showroom, close that door, and hear that deep, rich thunk. Your brain goes, "Wow, this car must be built like a tank." Meanwhile, the car is just wearing acoustic enhancements. These engineers spend months perfecting this sound. They've found that people associate certain sounds with quality and luxury. A low, resonant thud, that means premium to your brain. A tinny clang, that screams, "This car will fall apart faster than your New Year's resolutions." Some manufacturers even add special foam and mats just to make the door sound heavier. It's like stuffing a turkey, but instead of breadcrumbs, they're stuffing your car with acoustic lies. And it works. People genuinely judge car quality based on this engineered door sound. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.